All of this chaos is avoided if Klay Thompson just gets over here in the gaps with his back to the baseline. There's no place for Giddey to go. My feet are set. I'm going to stunt. I'm going to recover. But the Warriors are poorly coached, so that doesn't happen. So now the entire world has to collapse on Josh Giddey in the paint, and that leaves open cutters. This is a ball screen that is set at the elbow. There is nothing to think about. This has to be a switch, and it's wing to wing anyways. Why are the Warriors not switching this? This is insane to me. Back in transition. Dario Saric can't be backpedaling. He needs to sprint back, and there's no excuse for Jonathan Kuminga to get beat down the floor by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is really bad transition defense. Stop leaning towards the screen. This is guard to guard anyways. You're just going to switch. Why is Gary Payton leaning towards this screen early? So now you're beat. That forces help. Case and Wallace is open. Again, where is the transition defense? The shot goes up. Brandon Podziemski cannot be going for this offensive rebound. You have no chance. Get back. Gary Payton II should already be getting back. You have 4 Warriors players that are beneath the free throw line. So here come the Thunder running. Okay, so Brandon Podziemski, again, is not in the gaps here. That's why there's space for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to split through. Stop. We do not need 50 Warriors players collapsing on the ball. Corey Joseph certainly needs to stay home. Kevon Looney can come up and help here, and he'll be fine. Podziemski's out. Payton II needs to rotate this way, and Klay Thompson's got to stay out this way. You have 5 Warriors players in the paint. So what do you think's going to happen? Rotate to the ball. This is what a poorly coached team looks like. Kevon Looney, over. My feet are set. I can stunt. I can recover. I can't miss this. Steve Kerr's terrible. Kevon Looney is literally in the paint waiting to help Moses Moody here. Now, Moses Moody needs to get over and force Holmgren to where this help is. Or Kevon Looney's got to come over and double, and these are easy rotations. Corey Joseph here, boom. Okay? But none of that happens. None. Nothing. Why is Chris Paul trapping Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here? Why don't we get over here and get into the gaps and not... Okay, again, Dario Saric should be over here in the gaps. If Chris Paul just comes this way, he'll be in the gaps. Andrew Wiggins can flip his hips. Why are you doubling here? And there's no rotation to Isaiah Joe either. The Warriors switch. Good. Now, I would double from over here with Andrew Wiggins. I'd at least get over here in the gaps, or I would full-on double and then rotate this way. But Jonathan Kuminga wants to stop. So Jonathan Kuminga is going to end up coming up here and doubling. Taking way too long, though. All right? Dario Saric's got to know there's a double team coming. I can't play off Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I got to get up and force him into this double team. But the double team took an hour to get there. Okay. On the switch, Klay Thompson needs to get underneath when he switches, not over the top. All right? And then... Jonathan Kuminga's got to stay here in the gaps. There's no place to go for Jalen Williams. With my feet set right here, I can stunt, recover, and get out. But you're nowhere to be found. So everything was wrong about that. Steve Kerr's an awful basketball coach. Kevon Looney cannot be getting back to random spots on the floor in transition. I got to find someone to guard. It's Luguentz Dort right here. Okay, what is Kevon Looney doing? Stop. Get over here. Chris Paul's got to stay up top here. But you screw everything up when you just stand in the middle and not everyone's rotating and scrambling and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. If you're Kevon Looney, you're clearly not getting to the basketball here in transition. So I got to be sprinting this way, this way, this way. Why is Kevon Looney going towards the ball? This way, this way. Maybe Corey Joseph comes up and I eventually come down here. But whatever, you just went back to the middle of nowhere again. So... Stop giving up 2-on-1s. Just stop doing it, all right? Podziemski's going to get underneath. He's going to battle right here. We're going to have Klay Thompson in the gaps. Corey Joseph can't guard with his back to the sideline, back to the baseline, and he's going to be in the gaps. So Kevon Looney's going to have help everywhere, all right? But instead, you give up 2-on-1s. I mean, what do you want me to say? This is terrible coaching. Okay, the Warriors switched this ball screen now. Thank God. All right, but what's going on over here? Isaiah Joe is setting a flare screen. So what's happening? Chris Paul should be yelling out, flare, flare, flare. So Moses Moody knows I got to get up and over the top. Or if you're switching, you don't talk and think about switches. Pre-game, you're going, guard, wing, we're switching this every time. But the Warriors are poorly coached, so Moses Moody's flinching this way to go to Case and Wallace as Isaiah Joe is about to fly off of a down screen. What is Klay Thompson doing? You don't guard like this with your back to the ball. Again, back to the baseline. I'm seeing ball, I'm seeing man. You're fronting Isaiah Joe. Why? So now he's going to screen both of you. The Warriors are switching. What is Chris Paul doing? Get up. Attached. Like, you got to be ready to guard off this switch. What are you up? So now Micic comes off the screens wide open. Okay, so this is where coaching comes into play, and Steve Kerr is an absolute disaster as a head coach. So Isaiah Joe is coming up. He's going to end up slipping the screen. It doesn't matter. You work on this in practice, whether it's a slip or not. This is wing to wing. It's an auto switch no matter what. Stop. You can't talk. Think about switching. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Okay? But you talk, you think, you go, two people go to one. Isaiah Joe's open, pump fake, open three. Okay, so now the Warriors are in a zone. It's terrible, but, Steve Kerr. Moses Moody can't guard error. Okay? I'm taking the middle of the zone right here. Josh Giddey's in my area of the zone. So what are you doing? You can't leave the middle of the zone wide open. So now everyone collapses. Case and Wallace rip and go. Draw help. Isaiah Joe 3. Other atrocious switch. My God, are the Warriors poorly coached. Again, Corey Joseph's coming off this screen. I'm immediately underneath. You work on this. There's no talking. There's no thinking. Trace Jackson Davis needs to be up as well. But Corey Joseph switches over the top. The Warriors are poorly coached. There's Jalen Williams. The Warriors are poorly coached. Okay, so Steve Kerr. This is a down screen right here. You have to guard the down screen, okay? You're either going to switch or you're going to get attached and show so Josh Giddey can't curl. So you don't do anything. So Josh Giddey curls right off this. Corey Joseph, you can't fake dribble handoff. Giddey's wide open. Nice job, Coach Kerr. And I use coach lightly.